So this is my Toyota Yaris Cross Hybrid. I have been driving it for several weeks na. Although hindi ko pa siya mabirit kasi sabi nila nasa braking period pa raw, wala pang 1k kilometers, wala pang first PMS. Not that I believe it, pero wala namang masama kung isusundin ko yung traditions na meron ang pag-break in. Pero either way, takbong pogi, yun na yun. Wala naman karera, hindi naman ginagamit to for emergencies, or at least hindi pa. So for those few months, for those few weeks na ginamit ko siya, I've seen several things na ninote off ko during my short ownership experience. Even some of the list, napansin ko siya nung pinaparod ko pa lang yung mga reviews na ito, and even nung tinest drive ko siya, some of those items na napansin ko is part of my list on the goods, the bads, and the not so ugly. Before I go on, kung mahilig ka sa Philippine car news and reviews, I would appreciate it if you can consider giving a like on this video and subscribing to the channel. I post one video a week sharing my thoughts and opinions regarding Philippine cars. Maliit na bagay yan para sa inyo, pero napakalaking tulong yan para lumago ang channel na to so that I may also know the interests of the Filipino consumer. So maybe let's start off with the not so ugly. And let's start with the biggest screen that the Toyota has right now, I believe. The infotainment screen. This 10.1 infotainment screen can support both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and it's wireless, so that's a very good thing. Pero kung mapansin nyo, well, kung sanay kayo siguro sa high-end na cellphones or better infotainment screen sa iba, lalo sa mga Chinese car brands or luxury car brands from Europe, this infotainment screen is maybe not the fastest. Not so slow, pero not the fastest, which is okay for me kasi it does the job na naman. Sa simula lang man naman to kailangan pindutin at kalikutin. Once you are set up and running, dapat hindi mo na dapat ginagalaw to. Kaya nandyan yung buttons on your steering wheel. So not the fastest infotainment screen, which is not so bad for me. Second thing on my list on the not so bad features is yung kanyang NVH, or noise, vibration, and harshness. So yes, this is a 1.6 million car. Well, 1,598,000 Philippine peso to be exact. Pero at that price point, you're expecting some luxury level of comfort. Pero this is a Toyota. This is Toyota, which is well known for overpriced and underspec. At least for its NVH, it's okay. So kung ang Corolla Cross is based on the Corolla Altis, itong Yaris Cross kasi is based on the Vios, and lahat naman tayo siguro nakasakay na sa Vios. You will be expecting the same comfort in terms of tagtag. Hindi siya ganun ka-smooth pa rin. So medyo matigas yung suspension niya, similar sa Vios, pero remember, mas matigas, mas matibay yan. Also, the NVH, yung noise, vibrations, and harshness, while this is a 4-cylinder gasoline engine with hybrid, hindi pa rin ganon katahimik siya as you can expect from that price point. Pero in reality, I set my expectations lang naman na this is an economy car, this is still a budget car from Toyota, pero meron siyang hybrid kasi kaya na-jack up yung price niya talaga. So for the NVH, I think it's okay. In city driving, naririnig ko pa rin yung mga motor or tricycle pedicabs na dumadaan at sumisingit, lalo na napakaingay ng kanyang sensor dito sa harap, lalo pag medyo may sumisingit sa harap. Narinig ko yung mga tunog pa rin nila. Also, pagka nasa highway driving, pagka nasa 60 to 80 kilometers per hour na kailangan na mag-kick in nung ICE na makina niya, marinig mo talaga yung tunog niya, yung ingay niya, which is not so bad for me. At least I'm still aware of my surroundings. Narinig ko pa rin kung ano nasa paligid ko. So, not so bad. Another not so bad in my list is yung kanyang transmission. So, yes, this is a DCVT. Pwede ka siyang mag-shift from a hybrid and the traditional CVT, pero CVT pa rin nonetheless ang underlying na technology ng kanyang transmission. Pero even with that, power is there. Merong CVT lag na tinatawag, pero hindi mo naman kailangan humarurot sa kalsada, even sa highway. So, the CVT lag is tolerable, at least in my opinion. Hindi naman ako palaging tumatakbo as if merong emergency. So, if you need power, it will give you that. Pero don't expect na makuha mo yung power syempre nung katulad sa mga diesel tulad ng Innova, Fortuner, and other diesel na makina. So, for CVT, I think it's getting a bad reputation para sa maraming owners and sa mga naka-experience sa CVT. In terms of power, nabibitin sila. Also in terms of reliability, sirain daw yun. Pero I really believe na ang Toyota has one of the best CVTs na meron sa market ngayon. So CVT, not so bad. For the bad on my list, well, ito talaga yung medyo na-disappoint ako, pero at least nandiyan pa rin siya. And I'm talking about the spare tire. Yes, it's there. Pero first time ko makita kasi sa Toyota ko, top of the line nonetheless, ng donut spare tire. So this means pansamantala lang talaga siya. Hindi siya pansamantagal gaya ng mga nakaugalian ng ibang tao kasi hindi siya kagaya ng nakakabit sa sasakyan. So ang pangit naman, parang lemon green, lime green, greenish yellow yung sasakyan, yung gulong ng isang sasakyan mo. Tapos ilalagay mo, pansamantala lang talaga siya. Number 2, na ayoko rin yan kasi ang spare tires, lalo yung mga donut spare tire, kung hindi siya full spare kagaya ng sa iba, hindi mo to pwedeng gamitin nga pang malayuan, pang matagalan, at may limitation siya. Lalo at kung nasa highway ka, huwag kang tatakbo ng more than 80. Pero kung ako tatanungin, less than 60, baka ganoon lang itakbo kung nakabit yung donut spare ko. And another thing na sinabi rin, kung sakaling yung likod mo ang kailangan ilagay mo sa likod yung donut spare, okay lang yun. Pero kung sa harap daw, wag. So ang gagawin mo, lagay mo sa likod yung donut spare, ilipat mo yung nasa likod sa harap kung kailangan mong palitan yung harap mo. Well, that's the research. I think wala namang masama kung gagawin yun. Pero in case of emergencies talaga, I think wala namang masama kung susundin yun. Pero either way, that's the limitations of the donut spare tire. I know na ginawa tong donut spare tire na to save on cost, which I think okay lang naman in general. Pero for a top of the line variant kasi, I was expecting more, even from a Toyota na sinasabi lang overpriced in other spec. This is still the top of the line S hybrid variant. I was expecting sana na full spare yun kasama niya na spare tire. Pero at least, not naming names, not naming other hybrid cars, at least meron siyang spare tire, hindi yung tire repair kit lang. Second thing on my list for the bad is yung kanyang leather seats. Yes, this is synthetic leather lang naman. So, I think okay lang naman siya. I hope this ages well lang. Pero, ang ayoko dito, yung kanyang perforated seats dito sa likod. So, if you are a driver or nakaupo ka dito sa front passenger, okay lang yan, hindi mo mapansin to. Pero, napansin ko talaga tong perforated seats na to sa likod. Parang mas gusto ko sana na leather din siya kagaya nito yung material niya, unlike ganito. I'm not really sure kung ano yung purpose ba't ganito, maybe to save cost. Pero medyo malaki kasi siyang item na makita ko kung ako yung nakasakay sa likod. So I don't really like this perforated leather seat so much. The leather is good, pero ito hindi ko masyado trip. Usually nilalagay siya sa mga ganitong sections para makahinga yung balat mo at hindi masyado pawisan. Pero what is the purpose dito? Hindi ko talaga gets. Last but not the least siguro sa ugly list of things ko is yung kanyang limited colors. So, yes, this Scarlet Red Mica na black top is okay. Pero, nung unang inintroduce ang Yaris Cross sa Indonesia, ang first color of choice ko for a hybrid, obviously, was not red. Hindi rin siya, sa Pilipinas, yung dark tortoise, ang gusto ko, yung parang blue na medyo may black siya. Pero, well, obviously, napunta ako sa red kasi ito yung parang pinakamagandang nagustuhan ko sa 3 colors na meron. So, yung white is white, pogi siya pag malinis, pero pag madumi, ayoko siya. So, yung turquoise naman, so it's dark turquoise, masyado siyang black for me. Dumihin din kasi ang black. If you can see, yung black top, medyo dumihin din siya. So, hindi ako napunta sa dark tortoise. Kaya hence napunta ako dito. Least of all evils is the Scarlet Red Mica. Pero ano ba yung first choice ko talaga? Nung introduce ang Yaris Cross sa Indonesia, ang first choice ko talaga is yung greenish gunmetal niya. So it's more green and darker than the Alumina Jade ng mga Innova natin and ng ibang Vios. Yun talagang first choice ko. So it's a bad thing na limited lang yung colors na available even at the top of the line. So, parang, I'm not sure, baka ako lang to. Mas gusto ko kasi yung greenish gunmetal na Yaris Cross. Even in person nung nakita ko siya, nagustuhan ko talaga yung kulay na yan. Though it is what it is, I think for me, this is the best color that suits me. For my personality, for my cleaning habits. So, it's a shame na wala yung yung greenish gunmetal and very limited yung colors. So 3 lang yung available colors for even of the top of the line variant. Number 1 on my list is yung kanyang power plant, which is the 2NRVE engine na makita rin natin sa Vios. This is the similar engine na meron ng Vios at ibig sabihin nun, hindi siya maselan sa gasolina. You can put yung pinakamurang octane rating dito na makikita mo sa Pilipinas and this will run okay. Hindi ka mabitin sa power, tatakbo ng maayos yung makina mo. Plus, dahil ito ay hybrid, may kulay. Nung sinubukan ko to sa highway just a few days ago, saan ko makikita dito? 5 passengers with overnight bags for a weekend getaway. Nakuha pa rin ako ng 25.3 kilometers per liter na fuel efficiency. I was really hoping na nasa 20 pero it beat it by a mile. Well, by 5 kilometers per liter. So sobrang tipid nitong makina na to. Lalo na siguro kung mas better pa yung pagdadrive mo or mag-isa ka lang, kung maganda yung driving habits mo, you will have these figures, 25.3 kilometers per liter in the highway. Then in the city, in hellish Manila traffic, nagawa ko rin I think that's 18 kilometers per liter. And take note, November ngayon at the time of this filming, sobrang traffic talaga ng Manila dahil ito na i-bare months, ito na ang Carmageddon. So, wala akong masabi, sobrang tipid ng hybrid na kanyang system. Second on my list is yung kanyang TSS. So both the hybrid and V variants of Toyota Yaris Cross has these buttons. Ito yung kanyang safety sense, except yung EV mode. Ito ay exclusive sa syempre sa hybrid. Pero the Toyota Safety Sense is a passive list of advanced driver assist aids na pwede kang matulungan sa pagmaneho mo. So meron siyang dynamic cruise control, meron siyang lane departure warning, meron siyang pre-collision alert, meron siyang napakaraming systems, napakaraming sensors na tutulungan ka to keep the car and your passengers safe. Plus, dahil sa favorite ko na lane departure warning and yung cruise control, malaking tulong to for long drives, lalo na yung dire-diretso na mga high speed na biyahe tulad ng TPLX. Sobrang magamit itong cruise control. It's not the best nga lang for stopping and going kasi meron siya minimum speed I think 60 or parang napagana ko rin siya 40 Pero ang isa pang nagustuhan ko sa safety sense is yung kanyang sensor nandito na siya. Nasa loob na siya ng sasakyan. Unlike kasi yung mga lumang safety sense wherein yung kanyang sensors can be found at the front of the car dito. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo, yung mga Fortuner, yung ibang Hilux, even the Corolla Cross, naka-emboss, parang 3D yung kanyang logo. Dito, sa Yaris Cross, hindi. So, it's a good thing for me. It's a really, really good thing for me na wala na siya rito. Kasi, number one, nasa harap siya ng sasakyan. Kung magkakaroon ng aksidente, yung harap mo usually ang matatamaan. Pag natamaan yung harap mo, most likely matatamaan yung safety sense na sensors. Good luck sa pagpaayos ng sensors na yun. While ngayon, nandun na siya sa loob, siguro naman, mas safe to na makita mo siya rito at hindi sa labas. Less headache na kailangang ayusin pagdating ng panahon kung ma-involve ka man sa accidents. So, Toyota Safety Sense, not there, but already there. Big thumbs up. Last but not the least that I really find it good on this car is its exceptional ground clearance. 212mm to be exact. So, for context, yung merong mga pickup trucks and other SUVs na 220mm. So, this has 212. Napakataas nun. Almost SUV territory na siya. Well, technically crossovers are SUV, pero for a small package like the Toyota Yaris Cross, 212mm of ground clearance is really good. Anong magama sa 212mm of ground clearance? Well, wala naman masyado. You can't, or I suggest do not go off-roading with this car, with this vehicle, kasi this is still 4x, front wheel drive to, hindi mga siya 4x2. It's not built for off-roading, pero that 212mm of ground clearance gives you so many flexibilities kung saan ka pwedeng pumunta. Merong konting baha, go. May mga lubak, belt, takbong pogi lang, pero kaya mo yan, hindi mo iintindihan yung mga lubak. Merong humps, hindi mo never mong iintindihan na sumayad yung iyong chassis because of this excellent ground clearance. That's it for this video. Kung may gusto kayong idagdag, put them in the comment section down below. So this is Kai, your driver but not so sweet lover, na nagsasabing keep calm, drive safe, and stay awesome.